In late 2008, the man now worth billions was technically broke.
He was borrowing rent money from friends just to survive the week.
$100 million of his own fortune had simply vanished. He was exactly 48 hours away from total corporate insolvency. This isn't a story about success. It's a story about survival. To understand the pain, we must look at the map. The year was 2008, and the global economy was collapsing. Credit markets froze, choking off the oxygen for every startup. For Elon Musk, it was a double death sentence. He was running two cash-burning companies, Tesla and SpaceX. In venture capital, they call this the burn rate trap. And his fuse was burning $4 million every single month. He had $30 million left in liquid assets. The choice was binary and absolutely brutal. Fund one company fully and let the other one die. Or split the money, try to save both, and lose everything. Musk chose the third option, the suicide pact. He decided to split the resources and pray for a miracle. But at SpaceX, the rockets were not cooperating. 3 launches, 3 failures, 3 explosions. Peter Thiel famously told him, "Do not do this."
Rocket science deals with atoms, not code.
You cannot patch the software after the engine disintegrates. Musk later described this era as eating glass. Christmas Eve 2008. The clock had run out. Tesla had enough cash for 3 days of payroll. If the money didn't land, the company would dissolve. He had nothing left. His personal accounts were empty. Then a fax machine whirred to life in the office. Daimler, the maker of Mercedes, had sent a lifeline. $50 million wired hours before the deadline. That single wire transfer saved the electric car industry. Without it, there is no gigafactory, no trillion-dollar valuation. Musk survived the night, but the war wasn't over. He learned that betting everything can bend reality. But 5 years later, reality would try to break him again. 2013, the Model S was winning awards everywhere. But behind the scenes, Tesla was dying once more. Customers were ordering cars but not finalizing the payments. The company had 2 weeks of cash left, a secret crisis. Musk made a desperate call to his friend, Larry Page. He offered to sell Tesla to Google for $6 billion. A handshake deal was made. Lawyers were drafting papers. Musk had one condition. He remained CEO for 8 years. He was preparing to become a Google employee. But then the sales team pulled a miracle. They closed thousands of orders in a single week.
Cash flooded the bank accounts. The crisis evaporated.
Musk didn't just survive. He went on the attack. He ripped up the Google contract and never looked back. Tesla stock began to climb, triggering a massive short squeeze.
Wall Street bet against him, and they lost billions.
This fueled Musk's lifelong hatred for short sellers. He realized he didn't need a safety net anymore. He had perfected the art of extreme risk management. For most CEOs, near death is a warning. For Musk, near death became the business model. He eats glass, stares into the abyss, and smiles. This is the blueprint of a man who cannot lose. Because he has already accepted that he might die trying. 2016. Hubris is a dangerous drug, and Musk overdosed on it. He announced the Model 3, the car for the masses. 500,000 people pre-ordered it, a world record. But Musk didn't just want to build a car. He wanted the factory to be an alien dreadnought, a machine that builds the machine, 0 humans allowed. He fired contractors and rewrote the laws of manufacturing. He bought Grohmann Engineering in Germany to force automation. But physics fought back. The robots were too fast. Sensors couldn't handle the fuzz on simple cables. The factory didn't hum, it choked. Instead of 5,000 cars a week, they were building 3. 2018, the company entered production hell. Musk moved into the Fremont factory. He stopped showering, he stopped going home.
He slept under a desk in the conference room.
He wanted his team to see that he suffered the most.
The psychology of the leader was fracturing.
He finally admitted humans are underrated.
He ordered the robots to be ripped out. But the factory was still too small for the volume.
They had no time to build a new building.
So Musk did the unthinkable.
He ordered a massive tent to be built in the parking lot.
They called it GA4. It was desperation made of canvas. Building high-tech cars outside in the heat and dust. Short sellers were circling like vultures. The pressure broke Musk on August 7th. Driving to the airport, he typed a single tweet.
"Am considering taking Tesla private at $420. Funding secured."
It was a lie, or a wish. The SEC called it fraud.
The stock exploded, then crashed.
Musk was sued, fined, and forced to step down as chairman.
But back in the tent, the brute force was working.
They hit 5,000 cars a week by sheer will.
Tesla survived because Musk refused to accept physics.
From the tent came the profits.
The Shanghai factory went up in record time.
The stock joined the S&P 500. Then came the Hertz order, 100,000 cars. Tesla crossed $1 trillion in value.
Musk became the richest man in human history.
But the blueprint of his risk architecture is flawed.
He cannot stop. Peace is the enemy. So he bought Twitter to restart the cycle of pain. To understand Elon Musk, you don't look at the cars. You look at the scars.
Because a man who eats glass
Eventually learns to like the taste of blood. This was the scale blueprint of Elon Musk.
Subscribe to see who we deconstruct next.